Hey there, my peeps. It is time once again for another video by Plural of Everything. I wrote up a thing here which you will see instead of my face, I guess, because I can't read it with my face on the screen. So here we go. And you won't be able to read all of it, but don't worry, I'll read it for you. When you look at what the various Bible... Okay, I wrote that funny. When you look at what the Bible says is sinful, there seems to be a common thread. Fornication, masturbation, homosexuality, and even just sexual desire are high on the list, occupying a category of sin known as sexual immorality. Sexual desire is hardwired into people and cannot be denied. Simply not acting on it is not enough. The desire itself is considered doing something wrong, according to Jebus, who apparently was without sin, so never felt sexual desire for anybody. The story of Adam and Eve's fall from paradise is held by many to be a sexual awakening. The forbidden fruit is sex, offered by a phallic creature to the woman, who then spread it to the man. Eve was thinking about penises, presumably Adam's, and she went and showed Adam what she could do with it. Why else would their sexual organs be made to fit together? But it was still wrong, and they felt ashamed for the desires that awakened within them. It is only after their ejection from Eden that they were commanded to be fruitful and multiply, but in the story it is not explicitly written that sex is immoral. I guess I should say explicitly. Yes, I did say explicitly. I think I just said implicitly. So pretend that I said explicitly to begin with. And if I did, then pretend I didn't say this. Yahweh was seemingly just trying to keep knowledge of sex from them, while at the same time putting it right in the middle of the garden in the form of a tree and a penis monster. On a quick side note, I want to mention that in Genesis 2, the animals were created by Yahweh in an attempt to find a suitable companion for Adam. One of them was the penis monster, or serpent, so it was clearly on Yahweh's mind to pair him with a like-gendered creature. So sexual desire is not the only natural inclination that is seen as sinful. Anger is another. Jebus said that if you hate somebody, you're guilty of murder. But if someone wrongs you, how can you help but be angry? Emotional impulses cannot be controlled. That's why they're impulses. We can only control our actions. Commandments 5 through 9 deal with actions, while the 10th is the only one that forbids certain thoughts. Jebus in the New Testament, I'm saying Jebus instead of Jesus, just so you know. Jebus in the New Testament amends the 6th, thou shalt not murder, and the 7th, thou shalt not commit adultery, to include thoughts and feelings. Therefore, it is clear that it is the goal of Christianity to control your thoughts and emotions. Oh, but that's not all. Not only are you expected to think and feel how you're told, but you're also to believe that it is impossible to think and feel the way you're supposed to. No matter how hard you try, and you're supposed to try your best, you will always fall short of the perfection that Yahweh expects from the beings He created, with all the desires that He considers so vile and sinful. A single sin merits an eternity, I put lifetime, but I should say an eternity, of torture, simply because Yahweh exists, He is perfection, and He does not have physical desires. Although arguably He has a physical body. But because He's so wonderful, merciful, kind, and forgiving, all you have to do is dedicate your life to worshiping Him, and you can be pardoned from the eternal torture that you so richly deserve for having desires and emotions you cannot possibly control. How do you worship this wonderful and perfect God? By denying your desires and emotions that you cannot possibly control. By belonging and donating to a church. By denying human rights to those who do not live by your religion's code of conduct, which even you cannot possibly do. By placing your religion before everything and everyone else in your life. By supporting organizations that exist to reinforce irrational belief in a being and an event that cannot be proven to be real, and deny science and social advancements that make it possible for people to live together despite differences in races, socioeconomic status, and personal philosophies. Why do people join these divisive cults? Because the cults prey on the tendency in many people for self-pity. If you are in pain or distress, it can be very comforting to believe that there is a force beyond you that can make it all better. More than that, it is comforting to believe that even if you wanted to make things better yourself, you can't do it because you don't have the power. How convenient. You don't have to do anything. Just leave it to Yahweh. He's in control, not you. But you see that guy over there? He isn't in pain. He doesn't need your God to fix everything. He doesn't even believe in Yahweh. He has no morals. He hates you and everything you stand for. Your God will punish him for his arrogance and heresy. How dare he be happy? You're better than him. You need to save him. He needs your help and prayers. Go, make him one of you or destroy him. Okay, well, that was kind of fun to read, actually, but it is now over, so you may now post your comments and rate and subscribe. No, I don't really care if you do or not, but do it anyway. Plur of everything out.